Hi guys, happy Friday. Today, first of all, welcome to Virtuality. Today I'm going to steep up our Flat Belly Hibiscus Cucumber. It is one of our new blends from this past year. One of my favorites for an herbal. I'm not a huge herbal tea lover, but I do love my hibiscus blends. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the blend and a little bit about hibiscus itself. And then I'm going to make some hot, and then I'm going to actually pour it over ice because it's 2 p.m., it's Friday. I feel like I need a little refresher. Mini mocktail. You can add some bitters if you want and give it a little mocktail edge. But in any case, thank you for joining me. And if you can hear me, if you're on, throw me a little comment or a little emoji, something, so that I know that you're here and that you can hear me. So this blend, the base of it, the Flat Belly Hibiscus Cucumber, is hibiscus. And hibiscus is an herbal that is a common drink all over the world. The hibiscus flower grows in the subtropics and tropics all throughout the world. So Mexico, Central America, parts of South America, the greater Caribbean area, and then in Africa as well, and over in Asia, so Thailand and Indonesia, this is commonly drank. So there's worldwide appeal and worldwide consensus that it's delicious. And it's actually fascinating because it's known by different names all over the world as well. So I only know Florida Jamaica, flower of Jamaica. So that's common in Mexico, and you can find that at any taqueria practically down in Mexico as like part of the agua fresca offerings typically, so like fresh juices that you can find. So this is not a juice from a fruit, but rather the flower. So the petals of the hibiscus flower, when they're dried, you then steep them and they become the infusion becomes this incredibly bold, bright, or even crimsony, burgundy red that tastes like cranberry. There's tons of antioxidants in it, as well as vitamin C. I believe on the vitamin C part. I'll fact check that and I'll put it in the comments. But it's incredibly healthy, incredibly fresh, tons of body. It is not a thin tasting hints of florals. It's nothing like a chamomile type of floral tea. It is in your face, very bold, very tart. Yeah, very much cranberry-like, so very tart. And that's why we actually, in this blend, we balance it with both sweet and kind of rounded edge type of flavors. So the blend has licorice root as well. And don't be afraid of licorice root. A lot of people hear licorice and they think black licorice because that's a very polarizing flavor, which I totally understand. I'm not a huge fan of black licorice, but licorice root is simply a natural sweetener. It's a very sweet little root, and a little bit goes a long way, and it sweetens up. So it is the perfect balance to the tart hibiscus flavors to then make it drinkable, really, without adding any sugar or any calories, I believe. So little bit of licorice root, and then also lemongrass to add citrus notes. So you already have it tart from the hibiscus, but the citrus is a great complement to that as well. And then we also add sage to this blend. Sage just has the lovely aromatics, and it really has rounder edges compared to everything else that I've said so far. So it helps balance the tea. Also, there's rose hips in it, which is a actual great source of vitamin C. Also has a naturally tart flavor, so goes well with the hibiscus. And then we have a little bit of cucumber and lime flavoring, and then a pinch of fennel. And that is actually where the whole flat belly part comes in, that it's good for like helping with bloating, and it's a good aperitif. So like in Indian restaurants, sometimes there's the little candy that you can take at the end of the meal, and part of that is fennel because it's good for digestion. So that's the blend. And actually, because this one, I really like to have it steeped up really strong, I'm actually going to steep it up now so it can sit for a while. So the official steeping instructions for this tea is a heaping teaspoon per 8 ounces for 5 minutes. So I'm at least going to steep for 5 minutes. I'll show you the tea here in just a bit. I'm putting a gigantic amount in because I have a giant mason jar that I'm steeping in. And I'm just using our metal infuser. So I kind of jerry-rigged this together. So this is our standard little metal infuser basket. I threw it in a mason jar. Because mason jars are good for high heat, it can take high heat and low heat without shattering. So I'm brewing it in this, and then I'm gonna pour it on the rocks when I'm done. So let me show you. There we go. You can get a look at the blend. It's got all the gorgeous colors in there. And now I'm gonna steep it up. I'm excited, and why I wanted to do it in the mason jar was so you guys could see the color in action. So look at the beautiful pink that is already coming from simply pouring the water over. It hasn't even hardly steeped yet. So we're going to see the color that this becomes by the end. So this tea, I say we because I like to be part of the development process, and I'm so thankful to be part of it. Our head of R&D went through about 100. I wish I knew the exact number, but he went through 1 million different blends of this tea before we had it just perfect before launching it. So we have come out with a ton of different hibiscus teas over the years, and that was kind of our requirement, was to come out with a new one. It had to be better than every other hibiscus blend we've done up till now, and also it had to be as delicious iced as it is hot, which isn't a hard feat for hibiscus in general. It is amazing hot and iced, but this was something that we considered in every single round towards the end, was does this one blend stand up just as good hot as iced? Because we actually ended up putting this in our iced tea pouches for food service, and we also offer them to retail customers if they're interested in buying those iced tea pouches. So this blend comes out of a lot of love and care and TLC. So we were all thrilled where it ended up, and so I think you guys will also enjoy it. Let's see, the health benefits of hibiscus are unbelievable, actually, when you read them. I'm going to start with the caveat, which we state with all of our health benefits relating to tea, is that you have to read the studies, talk to your doctors, and be comfortable with what you're drinking. We're not giving a prescription here, but there are a lot of medical studies that are looking at the effects of hibiscus on blood pressure, because there has been some findings that are very hopeful. And it's the part that's so hopeful is that the amount ingested by the human subjects in these studies is a normal drinking amount that is having an effect for some people. So what they have seen, and granted it was a small study, of course there needs to be more studies, but there are numerous studies showing this, that hibiscus can help decrease blood pressure and the bad cholesterol as well. So it showed Diane McKay presented to the American Heart Association at a conference her study where people drinking 3 cups a day had a decrease in their blood pressure of 7.2% compared to 1.3 decrease in the placebo group. So that's significant. It's significant, and 3 cups a day is not that much. So it's actually very hopeful. Another caveat that I really want to state is that if you are already on blood pressure medicine, definitely talk to your doctor, because I also read another study that said it could interfere with one of the medications that targets blood pressure. So talk to your doctor, of course, but this might be a good option for you to explore. And from all the studies that I've read, there were no studies that I have found that showed any negative, like any reason not to drink more cups a day. So I can imagine, and you can imagine, that there's some products or foods or drinks that it's good up until a certain point, and then at some point it becomes bad or toxic to maybe your liver. But I didn't see any studies that showed that. And in fact, it was a linear effect. The more people drank, the more effects they had in positive health benefits. So that being said, it's an amazing natural substance full of antioxidants, so similar to Camellia sinensis that has a lot of antioxidants, and rooibos that also naturally has a lot of antioxidants. This also does. And in addition to that, it could help with blood pressure, which that's a huge, disease that afflicts so many people, millions of people around the world, also linked to heart disease and risk of stroke. So it's important. We got to pay attention to it. And if a simple beverage choice could help you out, that's healthy, thank goodness, right? So I think we've been steeping for a few minutes now, and you guys can see how gorgeous this color is. It's getting just so intense. Dark red. It's smelling. It smells so good, guys. I wish I could waft it over to you. So what else? So mocktail wise, Maria, our CEO, came up with a great little recipe that's super easy. So you can steep this up, open up a can of ginger beer or a bottle of ginger beer, split that between 2 glasses with ice. Top it off with this hibiscus, mash in some pineapple if you want to add like even more to the tropical feel of it all, and then take 2 sprigs of rosemary. Warm them up so that it releases the aromatics. Throw the sprigs in each mug, and that's an amazing summer mocktail. And then other drinks, if you want, if you're interested in hibiscus and want to explore that, we have, I believe, 6 current blends that include hibiscus. One of them, not a blend, straight hibiscus petals. If you're going for the gold or you want to make your own blends, go for it. It's super intense, not for everybody, but definitely an amazing option if you want to go straight to the source of the hibiscus. So then we have this flat belly hibiscus cucumber. We have our lights out, which is our sleepy time blend that has valerian root in it, so it really does relax you at nighttime. We have cold buster with tulsi that has some hibiscus in it. Blood orange smoothie has a little bit of hibiscus in it, not a ton, and also strawberry fields. So some of our strongest hitting herbals have this incorporated, and it's actually often what gives it such good body. So it really helps build out the structure of the tea. So in any case, I'm going to pour this on the rocks and give it a taste. Does anyone have any questions? I can take a peek at questions now. Let's see. Oh, Erica. Hi, Erica. That's so cool to see. She's one of our oldest customers. She used to come by our warehouse all the time. So good to see you here. Maria says, we proved in our development process of this tea that massive amounts of hibiscus won't kill you because we had so much of it. So it's true story. Here we go. So just literally pour a pint glass or fill your pint glass with ice, and then take your concentrate and pour it over. This is a great way to make instant iced tea. I'm a huge iced tea fan in general. So this is how I make my iced tea. I don't wait for it to cool down in the fridge. I just make a concentrate and pour it on the rocks. Then you have your fresh tea. So good. The cucumber part also makes it total spa water. It's amazing. So anyhow, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you stay safe, stay well, enjoy your family, or your friends or your dogs and cats, and take care. All right.